If you grew up in America during the 1970s, your family probably owned a dining table that weighed as much as a small car. It was made from solid oak or maple, built by hand, and survived decades of family dinners without a single wobble. Fast forward to today, and most homes are filled with compressed sawdust, paper veneers, and flat pack furniture designed to break the moment you move. So, how did America trade heirloom craftsmanship for disposable furniture? And who really run the way we build our homes? To understand where our modern furniture went wrong, we first have to travel back to the mid 20th century. During the 1960s and 1970s, buying furniture in America was a major milestone. It was not something you did on a random Sunday, nor was it viewed as a temporary fix for a college apartment. Buying a bedroom set or a dining table was seen as a lifetime investment, built with the expectation that it would outlive the people who bought it. Back then, the heart of American furniture production was centered in North Carolina. Cities like High Point and Hickory were bustling industrial hubs filled with generations of skilled woodworkers. Major American brands like Ethan Allen, Bassett, Lane Furniture, and Drexel were not just chimerical logos, they were symbols of structural integrity. These companies relied heavily on local American hardwood forests. They harvested real oak, cherry, walnut, and maple. When a family walked into a local showroom in 1975, they were selecting pieces made from thick, solid timber. The weight alone was a testament to its quality. If a dresser was heavy, it meant the frame was real wood, the drawer bottoms were thick, and the back panels were sturdily attached. People saved money for months to buy these pieces because they know the item would become a core anchor of their home for the next 30 to 40 years. The true secret behind the longevity of 1970s furniture was not just the quality of the wood itself, it was the engineering behind how that wood was put together. Master carpenters used traditional woodworking joinery techniques that had been refined over centuries. Instead of relying on cheap metal brackets, plastic clips, or heavy chemical glues, these pieces were held together by the wood itself. Drawers were built using dovetail joints, where interlocking wedge-shaped fingers created a bond that actually grows stronger under stress. Table legs were secured with mortise and tenon joints, fitting precisely like a lock and key. Because solid wood naturally expands and contracts with changes in seasonal humidity, these joinery techniques allowed the timber to breathe without cracking the frame or losing the connection. The level of craftsmanship created what we call heirloom quality. When parents pass down a dining table or a cedar chest to their children, it was not viewed as accepting someone else's trash. It was receiving a prized family possession. These objects carried memories, scratches from family board games, marks from holiday meals, and the warm patina that only decades of real wood hanging can produce. The furniture did not just occupy space, It held the emotional history of the household. So, how did we shift from solid hardwood heirlooms to furniture that collapses after a single house move? The transition began in the late 1970s and exploded through the 1980s with the rise of manufactured wood, especially medium density fiberboard, commonly known as MDF, and particle board. Manufacturers realized that sourcing real timber, drying it, and employing skilled woodworkers was becoming too expensive. Pressed sawdust mixed with synthetic glues offered a cheap, uniform alternative that could be mass produced in a fraction of time. To make this compressed sawdust look like real oak or cherry, companies covered it with ultra thin paper veneers or plastic laminates. On the showroom floor, a brand new particle board dresser looked almost identical to a solid wood one. But structurally, it was a ticking clock. Particle boards lack grain structure, meaning it cannot handle moisture. A single spilled glass of water or a humid summer afternoon can cause the edges to swell, warp, and crumble permanently. Then came the global rise of flat pack furniture, popularized by big box retailers and brands like IKEA. They transformed furniture from an asset into a fast consumer product. Furniture was no longer designed to be delivered, fully assembled by heavy duty movers. Instead, it was shipped in flat cardboard boxes, held together by wooden dowels, plastic cam locks, and tiny screws. The consumer became the factory worker. While this made furnishing an apartment remarkably cheap and accessible, it completely erased the concept of structural longevity. The shift to cheap furniture was not just a reaction to rising costs, it was a calculated shift in business strategy known as planned obsolescence. In the 1970s, if a furniture company sold you a solid oak dining set, they knew they would not see you in their store again for 30 years. From a modern corporate perspective, making a product that lasts a lifetime is actually a bad business model. Repeat customers drive profit. Modern fast furniture is engineered to fail precisely after a few years of use. The cam looks loose, the screw holes strip out when you try to disassemble the piece, and the laminate peels away at the corners. Moving a particle board desk to a new apartment often runs it completely because the compressed wood fibers cannot withstand the stress of transport. Consumers are forced into a cycle of buying, breaking, throwing away, and replacing. Over 12 million tons of furniture are dumped into American landfills every single year. Most of this modern furniture cannot be recycled because the sawdust is bonded with toxic formaldehyde resins and covered in plastic films. What was once a cherished family memory is now bridgeable trash. Looking back at the 1970s, it is easy to feel nostalgic for the heavy oak tables, the cedar chests, and the rock solid dressers of our childhoods. But the truth is, we did not just lose sturdy furniture, we lost a mindset. We moved away from culture that valued patience, repairability, and craftsmanship and stepped into an era of quick fixes and disposable living. While it's nearly impossible to find that level of craftsmanship in today's big box stores, millions of these vintage pieces are still standing strong in attics, garage sales, and family homes across the country, proving that real quality never truly goes out of style. If you still have a piece of solid wood furniture from your childhood home, we'd love to hear about it. What is the piece and how many years has it been in your family? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into American history.